number one and premium is uppermost, and so he comes to most of the commissionings and flag-offs of the FCT. Last year I was privileged to be master of ceremony for a lot of flag-offs, and those flag-offs are yielding commissionings today. Let's give a round of applause to the FCT minister and his team. We thank you so very much. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for being here. Music.
count your blessings, take them one by one. Count your blessings, see what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, take them one by one. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Nigeria, count your blessings, take them one by one. Count your blessings, see what God has done. Count your blessings, take them one by one. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. We will count our blessings, take them one by one. We will count our blessings, see what the Lord has done. Count your blessings, take them one by one. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. Your blessings, take them one by one. You will count your blessings, see what God has done. What will you do? Your blessings, take it right. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done.
Thank you very much indeed. The band has provided the entertainment that is required as we wait for number one to arrive at this very important Greater Abuja water supply project. At this point, I'd like to make a quick security announcement. If you're standing behind the tent, we are not manning a camera for members of the media, my colleagues who are standing behind cameras here. And if you are not a security personnel, I'd like to advise that you vacate the back of the tent. Please find your way to your seat at this time. Vacate the back of the tent, except you're a security personnel, except you are manning a camera amongst the media here that have already been cleared. If you are not in any of those categories, I advise that you vacate the back of the tent. Please leave the back of the tent if you have no business there. I'd appreciate if this announcement is taken seriously, and if you do not have to encounter those with responsibility to protect us all. Please stay on your seat, vacate the back of the tent, except your security or you're a cameraman on duty. And if you're a cameraman on duty, please man your camera and walk away from the back of the tent. Top level security advice.
Easy. So don't forget.
So this is an important security information, and I'd like to also advise that you put your phones on silent so you're not the one whose phone is ringing in the middle of a presidential event. Put it on silent. It always helps to do it at this time because it's very easy to forget. And once your phone begins to ring, you become the center of attraction at a bad time. Please keep your phones on silent. At best, if you're expecting an important call, and at this time all eyes are on the Greater Abuja water supply project. Keep your phone away and ensure that it doesn't ring in the middle of the conversation. I'd also like to advise that you keep the noise minimum and give number one his greatest respect when he comes here. There are other matters of state that are important to Mr. President, but he has chosen to spend this afternoon with the FCT administration and for the benefit of the people of Nigeria and the citizens of the FCT in commissioning the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project. You will be hearing, of course, from the various designees that work in the FCT, whose responsibility it is to explicate this water project to you and make it easy for you to understand what it means to have all of this done, so that the people of Abuja will enjoy potable water supply. We all know that it's a tough call when you don't have water in your homes, and therefore this is for the benefit and comfort of citizens, visitors and residents in the area.
None of them have a microphone, and I want to communicate with them a bit.
Please approach the back of the tent if you have no business in there. Thank you very much.
Wakadon Yerisia
Who they do the song? That's the number one citizen. Yes, sir. This was come now. See, the rain fit the fall now. This is sap. And if you want, if the system is on sun hot like this, the rain go fall. I didn't know who can now for don't go. I don't know when is that Babola down.
Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing more exciting than reconnecting with an old friend. These various commissionings that have been carried out by the FCT under His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is always the special guest of honor of these very important commissioners. Old friends meet,
yes, because even
new friendships are made, and this is what makes the world go round. It's absolutely nothing more pleasant than meeting somebody you haven't seen in a very long time. This commissioners and this various activities that have been taking place in the FCT have reignited friendships, have ensured that there are new relationships being built across the world, and that old friends who we haven't seen in a long time are catching up with other old friends. This is what humanity is made of. Humanity is really not about technology. Technology has improved what we're doing. But sometimes we forget that we have friends, and in the middle of our friends, we are strangers who are constantly in our phones. Let's let the phones go for a while, and this FCT event is very harmful, which is very impactful, which is meant for us to meet each other again. Remember the last time we met, and only recently I met an old secondary school friend, and she said to me, "Do you remember how we used to run away from books at School of Apostles College, Kaduna, College, and those moments are moments that bring back great memories. What about your old university classes? What about your friends that you grew up with in your area, in your community? What about those community classes who ensured that you are able to perhaps eat through akara balls before you go to school and have aunties that are like that? What about those tailors who made your clothes when you were much younger? You still visit them. It's incredible to see how those tailors have remained where they are as we grow, and some of them have expanded a little bit, but they are still absolutely brilliant tailors, and we still continue to reach out to them. Isn't it wonderful to know that these persons who we knew when we were small are still there and are growing with us as we go along? Our barbers, the man who looks after your hair, the people who take care of the saloon business, the women who tie our dailies when we go for weddings. Last weekend I had 4 weddings, and between those weddings I was changing my hair, jumping into cars and going to represent the HRD, and then I come back home and change and go to the next one. It's all about community. My children thought it was very funny to see me changing the scarves and then moving from one wedding to another. But you see, it's not about what you send, it's all about presence. And Mr. President has shown to the FCT that his business with the FCT is to support, to provide the funding, and to show presence. We cannot thank His Excellency enough for identifying with the FCT administration under the leadership of His Excellency, the Minister of the FCT and his team, who have continued to mesmerize us with the work that they have been doing in the FCT. We are pleased that you can make it to join us today. We are particularly full of joy that you can be here with us. We ask you to not only make a new friend, but re-establish your old friendship. And remember when you used to be in school, when you used to be in the political party secretariat, and when you used to be governor, those who worked with you, those who stood with you. This is the moment we're waiting for as we begin to see the various symbols of Mr. President on his way to a very important project that is much after his heart. This is the time that we are hoping that Mr. President is making his range, and the signs are all there. Let us see. Please, if you are not already on your seats, return to your seats. And like I mentioned earlier, do vacate the back of the tent. Get yourself within the tent if you are not a security person and you are not a cameraman. The welcome party begin to prepare to make their way to receive the number one citizen of the country as he makes his way to the venues of the commissioning.
No, we are not passing it. You're blocking us.
I need to be here.
At this time, we are going to see our flower girl making her way to present a bouquet of flowers to Mr. President. Her name is Rukaya, and she's 11 years old. These are our future leaders. She makes her way to present to Mr. President a bouquet of flowers. You know, it will be an unforgettable moment in her life. She would remember that at one point in her life, at 11, she presented a bouquet of flowers to Mr. President. Those things are defining moments in the mind of a young girl, and she'll carry it in her heart forever. The advance party for Mr. President begins to rev their motorcycles and cars, and they begin to line up behind the podium as we await the arrival of number one to this venue, the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project, a project that will provide water across the nooks and crannies of the FCT for the comfort of citizens and for the purpose of our well-being. And you know, of course, that if you do not have good water, it leads to a health crisis. So this is an important health project as well as a water project. State Chief of Protocol makes its way as usual. Scope is on hand. Guide Mr. President to his seat. This is the moment where the welcome party receives Mr. President as he emerges from his vehicle.
So what we are going to do?
Shall we all rise at this point, please? Thank you very much. Mr. President is inching his way, and in a short while he will be within our purview for us to see. His kindness and graciousness to the FCT is unprecedented. This is announcing the arrival of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who has arrived here for the commissioning of the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project. Mr. President,
chance I will still come back again.
Following the dragon, we are the chance where you can come. That's what you preach.
Your Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ranking members of the National Assembly here present, current and past members of the National Assembly here present, the Chief of Staff to Mr. President, Right Honorable Dr. Mila, Host Ministers, Honorable Minister FCT, NYESOM WIKE, Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, National Chairman of the APC, His Excellency Dr. Omar Ganduje, Governors, former Governors of Benue, Dr. Samuel Otom, former Governor of Enugu, Chief Ugwani, former Governor of Abia, Chief Ikpeazu, former Governor of Plateau and now a Senator Simon Lalong, I'd like to seek the permission of His Excellency Mr. President to allow us to observe a 1 minute silence for those who have lost their lives in the Benue region. Thank you, Mr. President. 1 minute silence. May their souls and the souls of the faithful departed rest in peace. Thank you, sir. We have heads of government and extra ministerial departments here. Friends of FCT and stakeholders are here present. Top-level staff of the FCT administration are here. Chairman of FCT Area Council, heads of security agencies, esteemed traditional rulers, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the fourth estate of the realm, the media, our flower girl, Rukaya, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, we welcome you to the commissioning of the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project. My name is Eugenia Abu. In Yoruba mythology, water holds profound spiritual, cultural, and cosmological significance. It is deeply intertwined with creation stories, deities, healing, fertility, and the mystery of life. It is attributed with purification, regeneration, and seen as a source of life and abundance. We first of all step on water before we step on sand. In my ethnic nationality, which is Igala, Kogi State, and many other parts of Nigeria, Your Excellency, visitors are welcome with a cup of water. It is believed that all visitors, whether they are coming from their homes behind your house, or they are coming from Kaduna, Lagos, or Ebonyi, water is life. Without it, the human body emasculates, dehydrates, and dies. We know, of course, that this particular portion of the commissioning is part of a long list of commissionings which Mr. President has accepted to, and with its instrumentality, all of this is taking place in the FCT and in other parts of the country. The President has arrived in our midst today to commission an infrastructure project for the life sustenance of citizens, visitors, and residents of the FCT. We thank Mr. President for paying attention to us in the FCT. When a city is well catered for water-wise, that city thrives, irrespective of whatever else is going on. Good water addresses good health, agriculture, livelihoods, businesses, and day-to-day living. To enable us to get a grasp of the magnitude of this infrastructure project and its benefits therein, let me welcome to the podium the Executive Secretary of the FCDA, Engineer Richard Yunana Dada, who will now unpack the project for us. Please encourage him. It's a long walk. Thank you.
Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ranking members of the National Assembly present, the Excellency, the Honorable Minister of FCT, and the Minister of State FCT. Please kindly permit me to align with the established protocol to present the technical review of the Greater Abuja Water Project. Your Excellency, the Abuja Water Supply Master Plan provides for the impoundment of raw water at the lower Otumanda. The raw water is processed at the treatment plants and then transmitted through series of pipelines to storage tanks which are strategically located at the fringes of the city. The city is then fed from the various tanks through pipelines that supply districts, which we call loops. The city is planned to have 10 loops, out of which loops 3 and 4 have been supplied the city from the 4 completed storage tanks that feed the city. Your Excellency, the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project therefore involves the construction of water supply pipe network loops 1, 2, 5, and 6 in line with the provisions of the master plan. It is planned to enhance water supply to the districts of Phase 2, Phase 3, and 4 in the northern districts of the Phase 2 and 3, the northern district of the city, and Phases 2 and 3 in the southern districts of the Federal Capital City. These comprise of 50 districts. The project provides for the essential secondary trunk lines network which distributes water to key into the effective supply to the end users. Your Excellency, the scope of work of the Greater Abuja project includes site clearance and excavation works, construction of loops 1 and 2 in Phases 2 and 3 and parts of Phase 4 of the city, construction of loops 5 and 6 in Phases 2 and 3 in the southern development corridor of the city. Your Excellency, this involves the laying of 425 kilometers of ductile iron pipes of various diameters ranging between 200 millimeters to 1,500 millimeters. And this comprises of 256 kilometers of main lines and 169 kilometers of distribution lines. Your Excellency, the works include also installation of 1,670 appurtenances, which include valves, air relief valves, maintenance valves, and other fittings which are all in chambers along these 5 networks. The completion of this project will greatly improve access to potable water supply in the city. We thank the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Honorable Minister FCT for the privilege to be part of this project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, FCDA. This project will greatly enhance the water supply in the FCT. I've always been amazed by the engineering of water, pipes, plumbing, etc. And those pipes and plumbing, even though there is a water pump in my house, always confuses me. I don't understand it. But those who understand it, understand it. And the ESFCDA has given us some level of understanding. This water supply network for the Federal Capital Territory, set for Presidential Commission today, is a high network water delivery infrastructure. The contractors for this project, CGTOC Group, would now unravel the project's socio-economic plans and their work on this project. Help me welcome the Managing Director, CGCOC, Mr. John Chan, who now has the floor.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, please say the following. Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of FCT, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of State FCT, Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's a great honor to represent CGCOC Group today as we commission the successful completion of the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project. Since 2001, our company has been a leader in Nigeria's water supply sector, constructing over 100 water treatment plants across all 36 states. We provide end-to-end solutions, including investment, consultants, construction, and operation, consistent delivering safe water to more than 10 million Nigerians. The Greater Abuja Water Supply Project was signed on 19 September 2017. It was funded by FCTA with financing support from the Export-Import Bank of China. It was fully designed and constructed by CGCOC Group. Open completion. The project treats the FCT's water supply capacity from 240,000 cubic meters to 720,000 cubic meters per day. Effective reducing clean water shortage for over 3 million residents. Beyond infrastructure, we generated over 3,000 direct and indirect jobs and trained more than 1,000 local technicians in water supply and the pipeline system. Significant boosting local and social economic development. Thanks to September last year, Mr. President Tinubu visited China for the Beijing Summit of the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, where both nations signed a joint statement on establishing a comprehensive strategic partnership and building a high-level China-Nigeria community with a shared future. This aligns with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, strengthening China-Nigeria cooperation and jointly promoting the development of both two countries. And to our bridge for China-Africa cooperation, we remain committed to advancing this vision and contributing to the growth of China-Nigeria relations. In close, I once again extend our deep gratitude both to His Excellency, the President, the Honorable Minister of the FCT, and all distinguished government representatives. I also sincerely grateful to the local communities, stakeholders, members of PRIS, and our employees here today. Finally, I extend special appreciation to the Chinese government and the Export-Import Bank of China for their invaluable support of this project. Together, let us forge a bright future for Nigeria and open a new chapter in the partnership between Nigeria and China. Thank you.
The Managing Director of CGCOC, we thank you for your intervention there. Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, collaboration is the key to leapfrogging development all over the world, and in keeping with that tradition, we are the funders, supporters, development partners, collaborative partners for fast-tracking Nigeria's development. This is a mantra of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who believes in teamwork, collaboration, and subtle diplomacy to enhance Nigeria. We have heard that there has been some financing support from the Export-Import Bank of China for this project. Among those working towards a truly collaborative effort in developing the FCT is the Chinese government. Please join me as I welcome His Excellency Zhang Yi, Charge d'Affaires of the Chinese Embassy in Nigeria, to deliver his own intervention. His Excellency Zhang Yi, Charge d'Affaires of the Chinese Embassy in Nigeria, will now make his intervention.
Your Excellency, distinguished President, of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and Your Excellency, Honorable Minister of State for the Federal Capital Territory, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is a great honor to join you today to celebrate the successful completion of the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project. On behalf of the Chinese Embassy in Nigeria, I extend the warmest congratulations to the government and the people of Nigeria. I also wish to pay the highest tribute to those who have worked tirelessly on this important project, including the FCTA, GCGOC Group Limited, and all the dedicated teams, both from China and Nigeria. As the main artery of Abuja's water supply system, this project has tripled the city's daily water supply capacity from 240,000 cubic meters to 720,000 cubic meters. It can now provide clean and reliable drinking water to nearly 3 million residents across 50 communities, significantly improving water security and public health in the FCT. At the same time, this project has trained a large number of local professionals in water supply and pipeline technologies, directly and indirectly created over 3,000 jobs, injecting new vitality into capacity building, economic growth, and social development in the FCT. This project is not only a major achievement under President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and President Tinubu's successful state visit to China last year, but also a model of China-Nigeria cooperation and a symbol of the profound friendship between our two nations. The project was made possible with financial support from the Exim Bank of China, which provided a solid guarantee for its successful implementation. The successful completion of this project well demonstrates China's consistent, unwavering support to Nigeria's infrastructure development and socio-economic progress. Just last week, the ministerial meeting of coordinators on the implementation of the follow-up actions to the Forum of China-Africa Cooperation Forecast was successfully held in Hunan province of China. In his congratulatory message to the conference, President Xi Jinping announced a series of new initiatives to further expand China's cooperation with Africa, including expanding zero-tariff treatment for 100 tariff lines for all 53 African countries with diplomatic relations with China, through the entry into bilateral agreements on economic partnership for shared development. China also stands ready to work with Nigeria to further implement the 10 partnership actions, strengthen cooperation in key areas such as green industry, e-commerce and payments, science and technology, and artificial intelligence. Deepen cooperation in such fields as security, finance, and jointly promote high-quality development of China-Africa cooperation. Against the backdrop of rising internationalism and protectionism, these new initiatives underscore China's continued commitment to advancing China-Nigeria and the China-Africa cooperation through openness. Nigeria is a great country with unlimited potential, and China will always be Nigeria's most reliable partner of development. We are ready to work hand in hand with Nigeria, the 10 partnership action, support President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, and help Nigeria friends to achieve a better and more prosperous future. In the end, may the clean and safe water continue to nourish its land of vitality. May Nigeria enjoy lasting prosperity. May the people live in happiness, and may China, Nigeria enjoy everlasting friendship and flourishing cooperation. I thank you all.
Lasting friendships, everlasting cooperation, improving water security, creating jobs and capacity building. A round of applause for the charge of affair of the Chinese embassy, who has made his way and made his intervention a strong. Your Excellency, in today's modern, complex world, gratitude is becoming a thing of the past for some. When you do a good thing for some people, they either find fault or complain that it is not good enough. Those people will always be there. They make us stronger, they make us more resilient and push us to do that. Your Excellency, Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the FCT administration is not one of those people. They are thankful all the time to His Excellency, Mr. President, whether he is there or he is not. We talk all the time about your support, sir, to the FCT. The attention the President has given the FCT is unprecedented. It is not taken for granted. To practice this thankfulness to you, sir, and to all those who wish the FCT well, is a woman who understands gratitude. Join me as I welcome the Honorable Minister of State for FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, to deliver her vote of thanks.
President, Commander